It begins with a shift, a change in the air so subtle. At first, she thinks she's imagining it. The warmth that once radiated from you, a constant sun in her sky, has been replaced by a quiet, encroaching chill. Your laughter no longer reaches your eyes. Your touch, once a firm anchor, is now a fleeting brush of cold air. You are physically present, but emotionally, you have become a ghost at the dinner table. And in this new, silent world you've created, her mind begins to race. It becomes a frantic detective, searching for clues in the wreckage of your shared affection. Every past conversation is replayed, every text message scrutinized for a hidden meaning she must have missed. She asks, "Is everything okay?" You reply, "I'm just tired." The words are simple, mundane, but they are a locked door. And she, without the key, begins to feel an obsessive need to pick the lock. This is not a simple emotional shift. This is a pattern interrupt. You have spent weeks, months, years building a predictable rhythm of warmth, communication, and validation. You were her emotional baseline. By going cold, you've shattered that pattern. The human brain is a prediction machine. It craves consistency. When the pattern breaks, it doesn't relax. It screams. It dedicates all available resources to figuring out why. Your silence creates a vacuum, a void where affection used to be. And psychology, like nature, abhors a vacuum. Her mind rushes to fill that void, not with peace, but with a storm of self-doubt and anxious questions. Was it something I said? Am I not attractive enough anymore? Did I do something wrong? The void you created becomes a breeding ground for her deepest insecurities. She isn't just missing you. She's fighting an internal battle against the worst versions of herself, all conjured by your absence. You didn't just withdraw, you unleashed her demons. This leads us to a powerful psychological principle, the Zeigarnik effect. The human mind has a powerful bias towards remembering unfinished tasks or unresolved problems over completed ones. Your relationship, once a complete and satisfying narrative, is now a book with the last chapter ripped out. It's an unfinished song, an unsolved mystery. Her mind cannot let it go. It becomes an obsession to find the missing pages. This need for closure is a cognitive imperative. By withholding the reason for your coldness, you create an open loop in her mind. This loop replays endlessly, growing louder and more demanding with each cycle. She's no longer just trying to win back your affection. She is trying to quiet the deafening noise of the unresolved. She is trying to finish the song, solve the puzzle, close the loop. But there is a deeper, more primal force at play. This isn't just cognitive dissonance. Your emotional withdrawal triggers one of the oldest and most powerful human fears, the fear of abandonment. On an evolutionary level, being cast out from the tribe meant death. Ostracism was a death sentence. Our brains are hardwired with this ancient software. Your coldness is not just rejection, it is a signal of exile. This primal fear bypasses rational thought. It ignites a fight-or-flight response, but in this case, flight isn't an option. She can't run from the feeling of being abandoned by you. So, she fights. She fights to get back into the tribe. She doubles her efforts. She becomes more agreeable, more attentive. She tries to be the perfect partner, hoping to appease the tribal leader, you, who has deemed her unworthy. Her obsession is not born of love anymore. It is born of a primal, desperate need to survive the emotional wilderness you've thrown her into. She isn't trying to get you back. She's trying to get back to safety. And now, we arrive at the most potent psychological accelerant of all, intermittent reinforcement. This is the single most powerful force in shaping behavior. It's the principle that runs slot machines and fuels addictions. It works like this. Consistent rewards create satisfaction. No rewards create extinction. The behavior stops. But unpredictable rewards, they create a frantic, obsessive need to keep trying, to chase the high of the win. Your past warmth was the jackpot. Your current coldness is the losing spin. By occasionally, unpredictably, showing a sliver of your old self, a brief smile, a moment of connection. You reignite her hope. You give her just enough to keep her playing the game. This is why she can't just get over you. You've transformed from a partner into a variable reward system. Her brain is now hooked on the maybe. Maybe today he'll be warm again. Maybe this time I'll win. This dynamic turns connection into a casino and love into a gamble. And the house, the one who controls the rewards, always has the advantage. Let's make this concrete. Consider Clara and Elias. For a year, Elias was a whirlwind of presents. He remembered the smallest details, sent spontaneous texts, made Clara feel like the center of a vibrant, stable universe. Then, Elias changed. He didn't leave. He evaporated in place. He'd sit next to her on the couch, scrolling through his phone, a million miles away. The universe he built around her collapsed into a single, cold room. Clara's mind went into overdrive. She tried everything. She cooked his favorite meals, suggested their old date spots, wore the dress he loved. Each attempt was a question she was desperately asking without words, and Elias would occasionally offer a crumb. A brief moment of eye contact. A distracted, "Thank you." A fleeting touch as he passed by. Each crumb was just enough to make Clara starve for a meal. Her friend saw it clearly. "He's checked out, Clara. Let him go." But she couldn't. She was no longer in a relationship with Elias, the man. She was in a relationship with the mystery of his disappearance. Her obsession became a full-time job, analyzing his moods, decoding his silences, trying to find the right combination of words or actions that would unlock the man she once knew. She was losing herself in the process. Now we must confront the uncomfortable truth. The transformation you witness from her love to her obsession is rooted in a shift of power. In any relationship, the person who cares less holds the power. When you were both invested, the power was balanced. But the moment you emotionally withdrew, you unbalanced the scales. Your indifference became a form of currency, and suddenly you were rich with it. This isn't always a conscious, malicious act of manipulation. Sometimes it's born of fear, depression, or genuine confusion, but the psychological effect on her is the same, regardless of your intent. Your coldness becomes a fortress. By retreating into it, you force her to become the besieger. She must expend all her energy trying to breach your walls, while you expend none. It is a siege of attrition, and she is the only one with a limited supply of hope. In this dynamic, her every action is a reaction to your inaction. Her life begins to revolve around the black hole you've become. She orbits your silence, pulled in by the immense gravity of what is unsaid. The terrible truth is this: your withdrawal has made you more significant in her mind than your presence ever did. You have become a puzzle, an obsession, a god of her inner world whose favor she must win back. So what is the way out of this psychological labyrinth? For her, it is the painful realization that she is trying to open a door that is locked from the inside. She cannot love him back to life. She cannot fix him. Her only move is to walk away from the door, to let the unfinished song remain unfinished, to accept the discomfort of the open loop and choose her own peace over the chaotic pursuit of his. And for you, the one who has gone cold, it is to understand the immense, often devastating power of your silence, to recognize that emotional withdrawal is not a passive act. It is a potent force that can reshape another person's reality. Whether intentional or not, you have ignited a fire, not of passion, but of desperation. And this fire will either consume her completely, or she will have to find the strength to walk out of its warmth and into the cold, difficult reality of her own freedom.